If my life were a paragraph, it would say stuff like how I'm a very athletic kid. I was always known for playing or talking about sports with people. When I was younger, I'd be able to name the whole roster of a team. I still can now, and not know a thing in my math class. Very true still. My mom always said if there was a school that all you learned about was sports, I'd have a 4.0 every single year. I'm also known for an outdoors kind of guy. I love hunting and love doing stuff outside with friends and family. My whole life, every year in November, me and my dad, my uncles, and cousins would be out hunting for a whole weekend, from 5 in the morning all the way until sunset. I also had big dreams when I was a little kid. That leads me to my next topic, my bucket list. There are many items that I put on my bucket list, but I only list a few here today. First off, ever since I was a little kid, I always wanted to make the NFL, NBA, or MLB. Just as me growing up, I was just a kid that was involved in sports. That's all it was. And that's what I wanted to do with my life when I was a kid. Then I got older and I realized the percentage of people making it into sports is very low. I continued to work hard at it, but then I started to realize it's difficult and not many people are able to do it. Secondly, buying my first house would be an accomplishment to me. And it probably is to a lot of many people. And just the feeling, knowing how hard you worked to have something that big yours would just feel pretty good. Another one is I want to go see Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts. If some of you are unfamiliar with Fenway Park, it's a baseball stadium where the Boston Red Sox play. It's probably the most famous baseball park there ever is around this whole world. It opened up back in April of 1912. Another bucket list on mine is to be a role model of somebody. It's just that simple, where you're somebody doing something very special and then there's a little kid that looks up to you. I just feel like if I was able to do that, it would make me feel good about myself. Just knowing that someone's there always watching you and proud of you and they want to do what you do would make me feel good. And finally, I want to get a job that's involved with my major. The major I'm going to go into in college is sports management, which would be something like I'd become an athletic director or something like that. And I just think if I was able to get a job with that major, I feel like I'd be very successful because I know a lot of stuff about sports and I feel like I'd be very successful. My final piece of the speech is my lollipop moment. To me, my lollipop moment has changed my life. Mr. Conley, Coach Conley. A lot of you might know who he is. He is a gym teacher over at Liberty Middle School. He's also the freshman football coach here at Cheyenne. To me, I was 5'10", 130-pound quarterback as a freshman. And Coach Newton, the varsity head coach, told me that I was too small to ever play at the varsity level, and he didn't think I was ever going to play. So that just stuck with me through my whole freshman year, and I was negative about myself. And toward the end of the year, I thought about quitting football. And so I'd be done after freshman year. And then after our final game, Coach Newton asked Conley to pick 5 guys to move up to the varsity. And my name was on that list. And then I was starting to feel a little better in myself, but then I still had that doubt where I would probably never play at the varsity level. And then after the varsity season was over, Conley told me to stick with football and big things will happen for me at that level. And so I just feel like it stuck with me, and he told me at the end of the year that I'd make a big difference to that varsity team, and I'd make them better one year. And my junior year, I started for the varsity team, and I've been starting ever since then. So I feel like Coach Conley has made a big difference in my life with that. And it's just knowing that he's been there for me and I've stuck with him. He stuck by me, and I appreciate him for that.